In the year 2039, Earth's population spirals out of control. The United Nations orders countries to reduce their populations by 5% annually to prevent catastrophe. Some countries execute the elderly, others limit families to one child and kill any additional children. But in the US, a yearly exam is held, and anyone who fails is executed. On exam day, Blake, the son of the Texas governor, hugs his girlfriend Ellie for the last time as they both enter the exam hall. After 2 hours of a grueling test, the exam official reads the names of those who failed, to be taken to the execution room. To Blake's shock, Ellie's name is called, and guards come to take her away. Blake contacts his father, pleading with him to stop Ellie's execution, but his father refuses, saying the law is the same for everyone. Blake attacks the guards, trying to help Ellie escape, but fails. A year later, with 24 hours until the next exam, Blake, still haunted by thoughts of Ellie, decides to answer all the questions wrong in the upcoming exam to join her in the afterlife. On exam day, Lena, the smartest student in the class, finishes her test first. Mason, responsible for grading, notices Blake's failing score and informs his father. The governor orders Mason to pass Blake, regardless of his score. To avoid suspicion, Mason switches Blake's score with Lena's. When the results are announced, everyone is shocked to hear Lena's name among the failed students. Miss Birch, Lena's teacher, tries to stop the guards, insisting there must be a mistake since Lena is the best student in school. But the guards say the results are final and no changes can be made. At the last moment, Miss Birch gives Lena her ID card to help her escape. Blake is confused when he learns he passed the exam, despite intentionally answering everything wrong. Furious, he storms into the hallway, fights a guard, and enters the control room. Meanwhile, the guards have lined up the failed students for execution by lethal injection. At that moment, Blake cuts the school's power, and Lena uses the teacher's card to escape. Blake finds Lena, and after a fight with the guards, they enter the server room through a ventilation duct to check the test results. When Lena searches her name, she finds that despite scoring 98 out of 100, she's on the fail list. Further checking reveals a massive scandal. For years, the grading system has been rigged, and the children of government officials have been passing the test, even when they failed. Mason discovers Lena in the server room and captures her, but not before she sends copies of the evidence to a friend outside the school to leak to the media. The news of the school's corruption and the governor's bribery quickly spreads across the networks. The governor calls Mason and orders him to execute everyone who truly failed, including his own son, Blake. The guards release Lena and the other students who had been falsely marked for execution. Afterward, they execute Blake and the others who genuinely failed by injecting them with the lethal serum. The bodies of the executed students are sent down a hidden elevator to an underground facility. Hours later, the students who were injected start to move, revealing that the injection was merely a temporary anesthetic. When Blake opens his eyes, he finds himself in an underground factory where many people are working. Upon closer inspection, he sees Ellie among the workers and realizes that the factory is filled with students who failed the exam in previous years. Students everyone believed had been executed. For years, the government has been using them as slaves in free labor.